Hello fellow sim racers, today I'm taking a look at the final car in the RSS GT pack for Assetto Corsa, the Ferrari 575. The thing about RaceSim Studio is they just keep getting it right, which means from a narrative perspective there's no point in trying to build tension through this video because you already know it's going to be great. And you know what? It's absolutely sublime. So let's jump right in. The car looks incredible. We've come to expect a certain level of quality from the RSS team, and the 575 doesn't disappoint. Visually speaking, the car interiors produced by the RSS team are absolutely without rival, and the 575 may be the best of the lot. Sure, the interior isn't quite as exciting as some of the other cars in the pack, but the attention to detail and the quality of the textures in particular are really very impressive. Now, I've only just noticed one really quite impressive feature of these cars. The track maps on the dashboard are correct for the track you're racing on. I suspect that feature's been there for a while and I'm only just now noticing it. But still, for a Luddite like me, this feels like witchcraft. Now, let's talk about how this thing drives. The RSS cars really are the gold standard in this respect, and I'm sure you've probably guessed that the 575 continues this tradition with aplomb. Like the other cars in the pack, it's a challenge to drive, but unlike some other cars, the handling is reassuringly predictable. If you crash in this car, it's definitely because you did something stupid and not because the physics are a bit wonky. The stock setup for the 575 is less edgy than most of the other cars in the pack, which, in my opinion, is a positive move. The car isn't quite as prone to turn-in or mid-corner oversteer as its brethren, but you still need to be pretty delicate with your right foot at corner exit. This is very much on the money in my opinion. Having watched quite a few GT1 onboards lately, it's not uncommon to see drivers short shift to control wheel spin or avoid full throttle altogether until they've hit third or fourth gear. With more conservative stock setup comes a bit more understeer than we're used to with the RSS GT cars out of the box. I haven't really had time to play with the setups yet, but I've no reason to believe that you couldn't dial this out if you wanted to. All in all, from a driving perspective, the 575 feels spot on to me. For those that are new to the RSS GT pack, the 575 represents a great starting point. In part because the stock setup's a little bit more forgiving, and also, well, because of the Ferrari factor. Moving on, no rundown of an RSS mod car would be complete without gushing praise of the sound. Yep, the 575 is, like all of the other cars in the pack, leagues ahead of anything Kunos has ever produced. I can only assume that one of the RSS guys got involved in some sort of crossroads deal with the devil sort of arrangement, in which they obtained otherworldly Assetto Corsa audio production skills in exchange for their firstborn child. Whatever the case, this thing sounds sublime, and not only does it sound great, it sounds dead on based on the onboards I've seen. The release of the Ferrari 575 means that the RSS GT pack is now finally complete. The team has produced 6 astonishing cars. Cars that have, in my opinion at least, raised the bar for Assetto Corsa mods. Moreover, the pack represents 6 of the 7 cars raced in the 2004 FIA GT Championship, the other being the Maserati MC12, which is available from Kunos, though it does need some quite significant balance of performance measures to make it play well with the RSS cars. Speaking of which, my gut feeling is that the latest update of the GT pack has brought the performance of the various cars in the pack closer together, which can only be a good thing. That being said, I've not really had a chance to test this properly, so take that with a pinch of salt. Whatever the case, it's fantastic to have such a thorough representation of a racing series. Now, how do we go about lobbying the RSS team to produce the NGT cars from 2004? I'm sure there'll be plenty of takers for the 911 GT3 and Ferrari 360 GTC. After all, who doesn't love multi-class racing? So, that about wraps things up for my first look at the fabulous Ferrari 575. If you're interested in buying the RSS GT pack, it's currently on sale at 50% off, so now is probably as good a time as any, and I've put a link in the video description. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, then it would be great if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. If you've got any suggestions for content you'd like to see on the channel in future, then please let me know in the comments. As always, thank you for donating your precious free time by watching. It is very much appreciated. So all that's left to say is goodbye, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.